Alright, what's up guys, it's KOSDFF here, and today I want to talk to you guys about our brand new Call of Duty team that Team Kaliber just announced yesterday. Now, if you were paying attention to Twitter, you'll have noticed that we just announced Theory, Khalifa, Holler, and Exotic as our brand new squad. They're going to be representing us at MLG Anaheim, and we could not be more excited to bring one vet and 3 AMs back into the mix to see what they can do, because if you guys recall, that's exactly what we did when we started Team Kaliber. We picked up Sharp, a reputable vet in Call of Duty, and stuck him with 3 AMs, arguably AMs, easily top AMs if they weren't already considered pros, and put them into the mix, and they went on a string of top placings, being either second or third for like almost 6 or 7 months. So of course we're very excited to recreate that magic and go put them out there. Now these guys are Dons, even though if you haven't heard of them before. Khalifa and Holler are widely respected as 2 of the top 3 AMs available right now, and Exotic, he's our completely unknown just god. This dude is absolutely powerful. I actually had a meeting with some other Call of Duty players outside of TK earlier this morning, and they were talking about our roster, and they were all very excited to see what Exotic can do. And of course we can't wait to see what they can do at MLG Anaheim. They've been doing really well online. They're a really close squad. They really work well together. The roles match perfectly, and I couldn't be more excited to throw Dylan and some new homies into the mix. As you guys know, Team Kaliber kind of circled around the same kind of roster for a really long time, only changing 1 or 2 players, and then of course we even played with them a couple times after that. And generally TK has been kind of renowned as being a team that recycles players, and that's just because we meet some really good dudes, and obviously we want to put a really good team that's going to work well together. And I do believe that's the core of a Call of Duty team, having that cohesion and that unity and that insyncness that really shines in a game where it counts second to second and has such a fast-paced reaction time to just about everything, and anything can change in any split second. Having a team that at its core fundamentally works really well together is what I believe is the first step. So I did want to take a little bit of time in this announcement video to kind of tell you guys how we got to where we are right now. And although I know a lot of you guys pay attention to Call of Duty esports, there might be a few of you that don't understand or don't know why we're not in league, and probably don't even know we're not in league. Basically, we had a really rough season 1 that left us in a very precarious situation of having to go to relegation and beat one team, and that's all we had to do to remain in league. But of course fate stepped in and made it where Gunjar couldn't enter the country, and it was actually being held at the Canadian border and not allowed access to the United States, forcing us to play with a substitute, and only after a very long series of phone calls, a very frantic 24 hours of back and forth between me and Activision and ESL, trying to figure out a way that my guys could play and this wouldn't be forfeited. But of course we eventually got the good news that we could play with a substitute, and we played with Embos and unfortunately didn't clutch the win, therefore making it where we didn't have a spot in Season 2 League, and that's where we are right now. But of course League isn't everything in Call of Duty. There's other lands, and of course there's COD Champs, a very big tournament, and we obviously wanted to support our homie Dylan. Now if you're wondering why Dylan's the only remaining player on our pro team, well, Neslo and Gunjar both sought to go join other teams. Now there were no hard feelings here. Obviously we knew our team wasn't working well in Season 1, and some team changes were definitely scheduled, definitely going to happen. It was not decided who was staying on TK and who was leaving, but safe to say that we just knew that the roster was going to make some drastic changes at the end of Season 1. Now we had hoped to be in league and make that change in league, but like I said, fate stepped in and made it where we had to play with a sub, which extremely lowered our chances of clutching that match. And as you guys know, Sharp is semi-retired. I say that because we don't actually know what he's going to do. He might come back for COD 4 Remastered. He might come back and play Black Ops 3. We have no idea. The only thing that was decided upon was that he was going to go look at his YouTube and his stream and start doing that for a while we built another team around Dylan, the only remaining player on Team Kaliber. Now, of course, we do everything we can to support our members, so when Dylan came and said he wanted to captain the team and go do it and try to go take over Anaheim and go try to take over these other lands that have yet to be announced, so of course he had our full support, and he spent the better part of the last month finding a team. Now, a lot of you guys already knew before the announcement, because obviously they've been streaming together, they've been scrimming together. If you pay any attention to the Call of Duty esports scene, you'll have known that those were the 4 guys that we were going to sign, but we just announced it yesterday, and like I said, we just couldn't be more excited. And good news for you guys that like watching the channel and like watching the vlogs, Holler is actually going to come visit. He's going to be here in like 2 days. He's going to come stay here until Anaheim, and I think he might actually move in. We're not actually sure. Khalifa might come visit after Anaheim, but we're not really sure. He's got a girlfriend and his own place out there, so he is eventually going to come visit the house. We're just not exactly sure when. And Exotic, he doesn't turn 18 for like a couple weeks. Don't worry, he turns 18 before Anaheim, so he can play, but I do believe sometime after that he's actually going to come visit or move in. I'm not really sure. Obviously we just announced yesterday. We're still planning stuff out and looking at everything, but I do hope to have a couple of these guys move in to take advantage of our fucking Goddernet here so we can just destroy on online tournaments. But this piece of news is just one piece of news that is about to come out from Team Kaliber. I have basically been on the phone just an epic amount every single day for the last 3 weeks, signing some new teams. We have a whole lot of new stuff coming from Team Kaliber. I have never been on the phone and Skype more in my life, literally ever. But the product of all this back and forth is we're going to be announcing some new teams. We're finally going to pop our cherry and announce a team outside of Call of Duty. We're going to be expanding into other esports, something that you guys have been yelling at me to do on Twitter for an extremely long time, and I do apologize that we didn't do it sooner. From someone that's really come up only in Call of Duty, I wanted to take my time time and looking at other teams and other regions and other sports and all the different communities and all the different tournament hosters. Just in general, I just look at everything and make our moves smart and planned. But I can't leak you guys kind of like a hint, a very tiny piece of intel, because obviously I don't want to blow the hype from when we announce the teams. And those announcements will be happening in the weeks to come, so they're not exactly even far off. But I can tell you guys that in addition to our Call of Duty team, we're going to be signing another console esports team and a PC esports team. Now, I'm not going to tell you what games because I want to wait till the announcement, but yeah, I wanted to tell you guys that basically, if you're a TK supporter, put your fucking helmet and your 3D glasses on because shit's about to amp up. We couldn't be more excited to expand into these other esports. I have really fallen in love with watching competitive video gaming, and as I start playing other games and talking to people in these other communities and talking to the developers, just hearing all the great stuff that's going to be happening in these two games, I just can't wait to tell you guys about that. As well as Call of Duty, as you guys might have heard, there's a whole bunch of shit that's about to happen with the Call of Duty Esports League and all the shit around champs and Anaheim and all these other things. But again, I can't leak any of that stuff because although I have heard about it and have known about it for a really long time, obviously we're waiting till the official news comes handed down from the Call of Duty gods. So just in general, all the esports and all the games that TK is about to announce being involved with, it's just a whole lot of hype, a whole lot of great things happening over 2016. I set out to make this year the best year for TK and the best year for myself, and so far both are manifesting. Now obviously not being in the Call of Duty leagues was a little bit of a blow, but we still managed to accomplish so many of the things that we had set out to do originally, like this team house and getting all our IRL content up and going, and building the sponsorship relationships that we have so that we can afford to expand into these other esports because this shit is expensive. So my little business mind has been heavy at work, and that's kind of been the reason why content's kind of dipped over the last couple weeks, is I've just been doing so much outside of YouTube and so much outside of vlogging that it's really led to the main reason why I changed my vlog upload schedule to being the day after so I could have a little bit more freedom, because all this other shit happens really fast and being available all the time is extremely important. But I really hope you guys go show some support to our new Call of Duty squad. I'll put all the links to all their Twitters in the video description below. They're the fucking homies already. I've spent some time with them on Skype. I can't wait to meet them. Holler will be here in a couple of days, and then I'll get to meet the rest of the squad at MLG Anaheim. I don't know if I said that before. I will be attending MLG Anaheim, so if you guys want to come meet me or any of the TK guys, me and Hammy and the team, and hopefully Sharp, I'm going to convince him. We'll be there in full force doing the whole thing, filming and vlogging and meeting you guys and doing cool stuff with our sponsors. So I really can't wait to meet you guys if you guys are attending that event. I'm very excited to see what our new squad can do, and I couldn't be more excited to support Theory in his Call of Duty career, and we have really high hopes for him because he's an amazing player. But yep, that's pretty much it. If you guys want to stay up to date with all this stuff, of course follow the players, but of course follow Team Kaliber and myself because I like to go on Twitter and leak little intel because I'm that guy. I fucking love Twitter. And pretty much the next month is going to be hype as fuck. I can't wait to show you guys some of this stuff. But yep, with all that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you tomorrow.